Wylde on the left. He's there! It's Johnny! Johnny's done it! Oh, a great header! What a superb header! And what a way to celebrate! It's time for Stockport County! And John Collins! It's time for Stockport County!
Good evening, here we are again at the casting couch, County's casting couch. Today we've got a guest, a special guest. I've known this lad since, I call him lad, I say that very loosely. I know this old man, I've known him for 25 years. I've known him when he was a boy. He worked in a supermarket, used to eat curries till they came out of his ears. And then he became full-time at the club. Whoa, that's my phone ringing. Is this the man? Is this the man? No, I know it is. It's Richard Landon. He's only trying to get me back for last week. He's now gone from shop salesman to a globe-trotting Alan Wicker. Spent loads of time in China. I'd like to welcome to Stockport County's casting couch, Stephen Bellis, yes! Here he is, yes! On your get, Stephen, hey!
I'm looking at you, I'm looking at him.
You're looking into the camera, Here he is, eh? What a guess this is, eh? It's a bit like Jonathan Ross getting Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, eh? I've got Steve Bellis, eh? What do you think, boys? Yeah? Impressed.
Look at impressed, so impressed, look at them looks.
So what we're looking at, Steve, we're looking at when I first knew you worked in a supermarket, was it right?
I was.
Yeah.
Stockport's answer to Curly Watts.
Yeah, that was it.
The only male till girl at Marple Co-op. That was me.
I remember, yeah.
Good days.
Yeah, and do you know what I remember about those days? We were in a curry, having a curry one night, because you love curries, don't you?
Probably one or two, isn't that?
One or two, yeah. And we played a night game, and you said to me, "Where are you staying tonight?" I said, "Well, I'm sleeping on the couch in the treatment room." Do you remember it? No, obviously not. And you said, "You are joking." I said, "No, why? What's wrong with that? I've done this a few times." You said, "Did you not know it was haunted?"
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Do you remember it then?
And it is.
And do you know what? Ever since that night, I have never slept at this football ground again.
I don't blame you.
And there has been some sightings, because we've been talking about them. Did you ever have any sightings?
We had a few things happen. Yeah, while we're here. Remember there was, the odd cup that would fall over, a door that would open.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing that happened was not a ghost.
Right.
The funniest thing was John Rutter, the commercial manager, decided that he was going to scare one of our young girls who worked for us. So he hid. He
didn't drop his trousers, did he?
He hid in the corridor here, waiting for her to come through.
A bit like Richard Landon.
In the dark, ready to scare her. Yeah. The only problem was she went the other way. So she ended up going behind him.
Yeah.
And she's walking down and she sees John Rutter crouched in the dark. She went, "What are you doing, John?" He went, "Ah! What are you bloody doing?" And he ended up scaring himself. But anyway, that was John Rutter.
Anyway, I suppose you had to be there for that.
You did have to be there, really, yeah.
Because you did say it was a funny story.
Yeah, sorry, Carl.
No. He's gone red. Now, I noticed something that, you remember Andy Kilner?
Yes.
Andy was manager, and I always liked Andy. He was great with me. Do you know what he always used to say about you? You might not know this.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Well, I don't know really, because I've noticed that what he picked up on has not happened up to now.
He said I was in a cough.
Yes. And what? What did he always relate to the cough? Can you remember?
No.
He always used to say, he always used to make me laugh. And I think he embellished it a little bit.
He would have done.
He used to say, he says, if Steve Bellis tells you something and he coughs, it's a lie.
It's a cough all the time.
I know, that's
scandalous.
So yeah, you do remember that one. But you've not a cough now.
It's gone. Danny Bagara sold it for me.
Or have you just stopped telling lies?
No, Danny Bagara sorted it for me. Do you remember? Did you hear the story?
No, go on. Is this a funny one or you're
No, it's not funny. No, it's alright. It's a true story. I had a nervous cough, as you know.
Yeah.
And I was always doing his programme notes in his office. I was not to stay here because he always just set me up.
And you always used to write them as he said it.
Yeah.
To get the feeling.
To get the real feeling of what he did. Yes. And he, of course, had this nervous cough and he's hearing this all the time. And he's I think he's a bit sick of it, to be honest with you. Anyway, one Christmas, I'm sat at my sister's house, just about to sit down to Christmas dinner. And the phone goes, and in front of jokingly, somebody said that would be Danny, because Danny would always call him, wouldn't he? At the worst time. Anyway, Danny, he said, it's Danny Bagara for you. Because you had to give him your numbers of wherever you were going to be over the Christmas period. So I got on the phone and said, hi Danny, hi Bello, Merry Christmas. I said, thanks Danny. He said, anyway, have you got a pen? I thought, sure, he's not phoning me up to borrow a pen. Because he was sat in the office there. I went, yeah, get a pen, Bello, and get some paper. So I got a pen and paper. He said, right, write this down. So I get the pen. Sainsbury's, expectorant linctus for chesty cough and catarrh hurt. He put the extra H on the end. I went, right, he went, write that down, get some, sort that bloody cough out. Boom, phone down. And I went, yeah, right, thanks Danny. So we ignored it, laughed it off. I had to do his programme notes a week later and I'm sat in his office and for some reason I didn't cough. Just one of those days when I didn't cough. And he sat there all the way through, he's going, winking at me and thinking, what is he thinking? What's up with him today? Danny's not right. And at the end
but you wouldn't ask so, would you?
No, you wouldn't actually, never cross him. Anyway.
Could cost you a job.
I bloody done it, Annabello. So what's that, Danny? That cough. I sorted it out. I'm not just a manager here, I'm your doctor. Now piss off. That was Danny.
I tell you what, that's a good Pakistani accent. You don't sound like Danny Bagara.
I did my best.
Right, listen to this one. Another great story. I remember Steve once we were talking, and he says, right. He says, I'm going to my brother-in-law's party tonight, so I've got to shoot off. Look at him. He knows what I'm going to say. I said, oh yeah, where is it, Steve? He says, oh, it's down at McDonald's. He's only 4. Was he really only 4?
No, he's 14.
Because I know your wife is a bit younger than you, isn't she?
She's a bit younger than me. Yeah. She's a few years younger, and I did have to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, and it was a few years ago.
And it was a few years ago.
I always remember that.
Why do you remember all the negative things?
I don't know, because the funny things always stick in my mind, really, you know.
It wasn't easy though having a brother-in-law.
No.
It was 17 years younger than me, but hey, that's what you get for marrying the babysitter.
Yeah. Right, last question. Brendan came here to the game against Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to him, and he really, you know, do you keep in touch with Brendan?
Yeah, not so much these days because he's semi-retired, isn't he? So.
Yeah. Because I know.
But we have the odd, you know. Yeah.
And do you know what? He gave me the impression that he got the taste about
I thought
Stockport County.
I
fully expected him to be coming to a few games and things. Do you think we ought to invite him back down?
I think we should. I think what he's probably scared of is having to commit finance to it. I think if the club was on a level footing financially, he would then get involved and probably would commit. Right. But he doesn't want to be the one who has to come in and save it. Because he did that the first time.
I wasn't necessarily thinking of that really. I was more thinking of you know, just for old time's sake, getting him down, and because he really enjoyed it.
He was emotional that day, wasn't he as well, that night, on the pitch and off the pitch, and he was that Brendan that first walked through the door in the 80s.
What good times.
Oh, terrific times. I mean, you look back now and they can come back, you know.
Yeah.
They can come back.
Yeah.
It just takes the right people to be around.
That's right.
What's good about the club is, and I'm not blowing smoke up your backside here, Roger, people like yourselves and your Ricky Landons and your Alan Laws, proper county people that are still here, makes all the difference.
Well, yeah.
If that goes, then we've got a problem.
Yeah. So final question, which all the fans will be wanting to know about, China.
China.
I believe you were on TV the other night.
Possibly.
I didn't see it myself, so I can't make a comment on it.
I didn't see it, but I have heard about it.
Well,
My
you
wife
did
said-
it. You were there, weren't you?
Yeah. My mum said she can't believe how fat I was.
Oh, you did.
No.
Well, that green does you well, actually.
Still hurting.
The Robin
Still
Hood
hurting.
green does you well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slimming, to be fair.
Thank you. I'm trying to breathe in.
Yeah,
It's not easy
yeah.
to talk and breathe in at the same time.
Yeah. Well, listen, what a great interview and what a good sport, eh? Stephen Bellis, yes!
So now that everybody's gone.